Hi. A couple of months ago, I had the chance to interview the cast of the film The Maze Runner. And as you know, it's based on a book that I absolutely adore, so obviously I jumped at the chance to go and have a chat with them. While thinking about what I should do during the interview, I actually found some mazes online and printed them out and tried to make the cast solve the mazes while I was interviewing them. The Maze Runner is out on digital HD now. I hope you'll enjoy the interviews, and I'll talk to you guys later. Doei!
Can you tell me anything about yourself? Who you are, where you came from? Can you tell me your name?
I can't remember anything.
Day one, Greenie. Rise and shine.
What is this place?
Welcome to the Glade.
So I have something for you, which is Maze Runner qualification game.
I got this.
So far, no one else has managed to do it. So I'm gonna give you a minute on the clock and
Really?
see if you can get from the middle to the outside.
So I have to start in the middle?
Yep, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, it's a squiggly round one.
Oh, I just walked into a wall.
Oh no, I gotta go. Just move, just run. Run, D.
It's ridiculous how bad I am at this.
I'm gonna start backwards.
Doubling back on myself. Go back a little, go back.
Oh my god, I developed superpowers. I'm out.
3, 2, 1, and we're out. You built the maze door, basically?
Right, yeah, the big maze door is about 20 feet tall, which seems huge, but our maze wall is supposed to be 150 feet tall. So we had a tiny little piece of this thing that would get extended in VFX. So it was really about that. It was just creating the things that were in camera, and then I would punch out occasionally for my wides, do my big VFX shots, and then come back in, do my little intimate close-up.
There was a whole real world that we got to, to play in and shoot in, and in addition we had the visual effects that were going to be on top of it. But I think it's really cool for us, as actors. It's just easier when you can have something physical to be surrounded by and to be in and feel like you're in a world. And we had that, despite what a huge visual effects movie it is. And the doors were such a huge part of that. We actually had, the doors and that part, and just that little section of the wall there that was up, and then everything's visual effects around it. But that's awesome.
I think it's so much more intimidating than I ever imagined. I think it's kind of its own character within itself. It's got an energy to it. It breathes almost.
I went in for one day to do a scene at the end of the day, like a pickup, and saw them in this old parking lot with traffic cones.
I didn't see any of that, man.
Pretending to be the corner.
This was quite a physically demanding role. Did you do lots and lots of training before you started?
No, not at all, actually. That's right, though. He's just a regular kid, and he's not a superhero. And so it's great that I look like I'm dying when I'm running in all those scenes, because it really was.
What is your favorite Glader slang?
I didn't ever get to use any in the film, actually. I don't ever say any of the slang. It's probably Greenie.
It's actually only in the movie very, very briefly. I don't know if anyone will really get it. Maybe some mega fans will get it, but good that. So it's like an expression, for example, if you said, I'm gonna order the chicken, I'd be like, oh, good that.
I love clunk. Clunked my pants.
Shank's probably a good one. Shuck face.
I was really wondering how you kind of see Gally, because he's not, I think, the typical kind of enemy.
It's an interesting one with Gally, because I think in the book, and it's something that James, the author, and Wes, the director, and I talked about, this issue that Gally was kind of maybe coming across too much of a villain, and in the film, I think we wanted him to appear a little bit more rational, a little bit more understandable, someone that you could kind of relate to in some way. I mean, even if you didn't necessarily agree with the way that he kind of went about his business in the maze, I think you at least kind of understood where he was coming from. He just kind of represents those boys who are fearful of what's outside and keen to protect what they've worked hard to build, basically. In essence, that's what he stands for.
Do you have any favorite mazes or a maze story you'd like to share?
Oh, that's a nice question. I do. Windsor Castle maze, because my mum used to take me up there when I was little, and if you stand on certain slabs, it shoots water up at you, and I thought it was the most incredible place in the world.
How do you feel about kind of budding filmmakers putting their projects online?
Oh, that's everything. I mean, a lot of people kind of get caught up in the festival thing or whatever. I say put it out there. That's what I did with this little short ruin, basically, that I made. A lot of other stuff, too, on my website. I have tons of stuff up there just kind of floating around. I liked sharing stuff with other people, and I like being parts of communities where you can kind of critique and talk about things and how you did things, and it's kind of a nice self-challenge, I think, is to kind of involve yourself in those communities. Get it out there and be harsh on yourself and take that criticism, you know?
If you were in the Glade, what job do you think you would pick?
That's a good one. I think my character's a builder, but I think if because I'm not good with knots and rope, I get real tangled up and I can't do knots. And Galley's really good with rope work, but I think I'd work in the kitchen with fry pan.
Probably chopping wood, because I'd be angry all the time, so I'd just get my frustrations out like that.
I do believe I'd be a runner. I don't know if I'd be, you know, a great runner, but I'd be a runner. I made it out.